Communities thrive thanks to small businesses. That's why I'm pleased to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month.
The DeWitt County Development Council works with prospective and current businesses all over DeWitt County to encourage, foster, promote, aid, and stimulate economic development in DeWitt County through the retention, expansion, and attraction of industrial and commercial business. They'll receive a $200 gift certificate good at Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs for being our WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month. Nominate a business you'd like featured by emailing us at whow@randyradio.com.
Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs salute this local business for helping make the community grow. And when it comes to envelopes, wedding invitations, signs, banners, vinyl wraps, and more, find us online at lincolnprintersinc.com.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Scott Baum here from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. Search our big selection of pre-owned cars and trucks by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Dr. Bradley Grant here from Midstate Eye in Clinton. Many insurance plans will have benefits that renewed on January 1st. If you've been waiting until the new year, click Midstate Eye icon on DeWittDailyNews.com to make your appointment today.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcing staff will select that night's WHOW ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, whose play will be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon postgame broadcast, and that player receives a certificate. Remember ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties, the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction. Find out their services by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
If you're looking for the latest in local hunting and fishing information, then join us for Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, Saturday morning at 7, Sunday morning at 8 on all WHOW platforms. Every weekend, we'll offer detailed Central Illinois fishing reports, and I'll invite you to share your favorite stories as well. Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, every weekend here on WHOW and on demand at CentralIllinoisOutdoors.com. Brought to you by Bob Ridings in Pana, the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, and Locked and Loaded in Pana.
News time is 8 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. At last Thursday night's DeWitt County Board meeting, the board formally voted to oppose the Protect Illinois Communities Act. On the WHOW Morning Show Wednesday, Board Chair Dan Matthews told Regional Radio this was brought to the attention of the board by Sheriff Mike Walker and representatives from the DeWitt County Sportsman's Club.
Well, we did pass a resolution really opposing some of the things that we're seeing done in Springfield. First brought to our attention by Sheriff Walker just about 2 weeks prior to our meeting. And then almost simultaneously, the Sportsman's Club brought it to our attention as well. Iroquois County had put a resolution out to their county board to pass. Putting it simply, it's protecting the rights of people of DeWitt County to keep and bear arms, as we've known today. We keep seeing, laws and things like that floated in Springfield that want to take those rights away from us. DeWitt County Sportsman's Club's a great organization that has a lot of members in DeWitt County and does some great things with teaching people how to properly use weapons, getting their licenses, things like that. So Mr. Walters came in and spoke as well. The board really, as soon as we got it from Sheriff Walker, and then just hearing it again from Mr. Walters, it was the easy choice to pass the resolution. It's simple. It's we're as a board we're instructed to support the Constitution, of the United States, of Illinois, and most importantly, protect the rights of our people in DeWitt County. And so does this protect us completely? Of course it doesn't, but I think it shows that this is who DeWitt County is. These are the people that rightfully carry arms for the right reasons. This is the kind of county we want other people to see who we are. This is what we do. This is a good place to live. And things like this, I think, just help to promote DeWitt County. And again, most importantly, protect our rights.
The board's vote was unanimous last Thursday. Matthews led his first county board meeting since being appointed chairman in early December. The cold holidays proved to be hectic for Clinton Public Works personnel. At Tuesday night's Clinton City Council meeting, Commissioner John Weiss told the council some water main breaks over the Christmas holiday pushed crews pretty hard, but he applauds them for their dedication and the various city departments for working together.
That cold snap definitely caused a lot of issues with water lines freezing in houses and breaks, and it was a nightmare for about a week. They're still finding things, whenever it thaws out, and then the pipes were broken in walls and down in basements. We had alarms. We had a ton of them. We had 2 pages of them, and it's just trying to get to them and getting them taken care of. And I'm sure that people are going to be a little upset with their water bill, because once it breaks inside and thaws out and it goes ahead and pumps in there, and we try to help case by case, but there's not a whole lot we can do. If you don't insulate it, you don't take care of it, it comes to bite you. I had to work on my own pipe at home. I had one that came up to the kitchen. I had to get it thawed out and then work on it. So I do realize what happened, but when you let them go and if people aren't in town or whatever, it can run it up pretty quickly. So I'm sure there's going to be a few people that are really not going to be very happy, but we got to him as quickly as he could. If the alarm goes, we go out, we shut it off to give him a chance, and I think they did that as well as they could, but there's always that one or two cases that they won't get to as quickly as what they think they should. So, yeah, take a little chewing, but not much I can do about it. I can't help that. And hopefully they'll get them insulated better. If we get more cold weather, it will be better. But they really were out a lot. So, and Kenny's guys come out and help anytime. I appreciate that. And as cold and as nasty as it is out there working, they never complain. They just go and they take care of it. So
I know they have one on Christmas Day too.
Yeah, and so this is something that happens. It's going to happen. From now, city's gone. But it is good that we got a crew that works together like that and can take care of it. So I greatly appreciate that.
Other than an ongoing discussion surrounding Airbnbs and the regulations within city limits, Tuesday's meeting was short with no old or new business to be voted on. The storm sirens known to the citizens of Clinton and DeWitt County will be replaced with text messages, emails, and phone calls in the years ahead. Tony Harris is the DeWitt County CENCOM coordinator and indicates the sirens owned by Constellation Energy are used by CENCOM to notify the public in severe weather events. Constellation is planning to no longer maintain the sirens.
Constellation, they own the sirens that the public knows as being the storm sirens, but it's not just the storm siren. The sirens are maintained by formerly Exelon, now Constellation, and they maintain those, and they are the main use for those are to notify the public of any kind of power plant issue. So, and we test those every month. The first Tuesday of the month, we test those. That's the main purpose, but they allow us to use it for notifying the public of tornado warnings, and that's what the public generally knows of the sirens. So
right.
We were notified that they are done maintaining those, and they were going to move forward with some new technology, because those sirens are a challenge. It's old technology. A lot of the public are not even aware what that even means when they hear the siren. When they hear the siren go off, they think, oh, there's a tornado coming, let's look, or some kind of storm, and they look outside, and look up in the sky. That's not what that's meant. What it's really meant is we have a message that we need to get out to the public. Tune to your local radio station.
Harris says notifications will be done using a vendor similar to what CENCOM currently uses. He explains a big motivation for Constellation to eliminate the sirens is the associated costs.
Going to be done through a mass notification similar to what we currently have. We currently use a vendor called HyperReach that any kind of message that we need to get out to the public, we can get that out there with that system. But we currently use that, and this new, and we're in the very beginning stages of this Constellation project on eliminating those sirens. It's going to be a year yet, but we're in the very early stages. But it's thought that they are going to contract with a company similar to HyperReach and allow us to also use that to notify the public of pending storms.
Yeah.
But right now, as we stand, that is correct.
Oh, wow.
And that's what the county board, they voted to not take those sirens on it and maintain those because it is expensive. There's a reason why Constellation is trying to move forward. Two reasons. One is cost. I mean, it's very expensive to maintain those sirens. And I can't remember off the top of my head how many sirens are in the county, but it's a challenge for them to constantly maintain those when there's different new evolving technology out there, and that's what they're trying to do.
Harris notes if someone potentially does not have a cell device or does not have a registered phone in their home, they will be contacted through a landline. He stresses that currently is if someone wants to be contacted by CENCOM for potential storm warnings, they will have to register.
If they have a landline phone, which those are going away, and it's people are using more of a cellular type phone. But if they have a landline phone, we're going to have that anyway because we're going to pull 911 records, and that they will the general public will be notified via their landline phone if they still have.
Harris notes a DeWitt County citizen had told him he was concerned about getting the notifications because he was in an area with poor cell service and internet reception. He says that is a concern with the current siren system, and it is being worked on by Constellation and the Emergency Management Agency.
I was contacted by an individual that does have that very concern, and it's a known concern. And what I can say about that is, again, we're in the very early stages of this for the Constellation side of it, where they're going to push out their warnings and that's going to replace those sirens. Very early stages of it, and that is currently being worked on. I was notified by someone in the public, and their concerns was sent through our local emergency management office. Micah, who is the emergency manager, he is currently working on that with Constellation because at the end of the day, it's Constellation's responsibility to make sure that the general public is notified in the event of an emergency at the power plant. And that's what they must do, and that's what we are going to hold them to that. So yes, we do have that challenge, and I think that that's even a challenge when it comes to the siren. I get calls every time we set the sirens off on the monthly test that we didn't hear them, we can't hear them. So that's a challenge now with those. So it's the same challenge on the other side of the new technology that we are currently working on.
Harris reminds the project is in the very early stages with Constellation finding a vendor. He says anyone that does want to sign up for the current CENCOM HyperReach mobile phone alert system can do so by visiting either the City of Clinton or the DeWitt County websites. 19 minutes after the hour here on this Thursday. Plenty more to get to coming your way on the WHOW Morning Show.
At Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Baum Motor Company in Farmer City, our job is to help you and solve your transportation needs. This is Scott Baum. Both in Clinton or Farmer City, we'll listen and find options for a different vehicle. Or we'll give you repair options to keep that car, truck, or SUV safe and trouble-free so you can continue with your busy schedule. If it has to do with transportation, we're here to help. Visit our full-service team today in Clinton or Farmer City. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
20 minutes after the hour here on this Thursday morning. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast, streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. Severe weather that swept through Illinois Tuesday produced at least 6 tornadoes, the largest number of rare January tornadoes recorded in the state since 1989, according to the National Weather Service. 5 of the tornadoes occurred in central Illinois around the city of Decatur, while the 6th touched down in Ford County's Gibson City, according to the National Weather Service. Staff from the agency's Chicago office plan to survey storm damage in the Gibson City area, where at least 2 homesteads suffered damage and power lines were knocked down. The Weather Service had not determined the strength of Tuesday's tornadoes as of Wednesday morning. According to reports, Tuesday's storms damaged a former bowling alley in Decatur, tearing siding off the building and leaving its parking lot strewn with debris and insulation. Although the final number of tornadoes from Tuesday's outbreak is not necessarily 6, the Weather Service says the 6 confirmed twisters were the most tornadoes produced by a January severe weather event in Illinois since there were 8 recorded in January 1989. The Weather Service says the 6 tornadoes were spawned by mini supercell thunderstorms, which are rotating thunderstorms often capable of producing severe weather. As the Illinois Supreme Court has issued a stay on the decision to change pretrial detention in the state, Governor J.B. Pritzker says he is disappointed with the decision, but optimistic the no-cash bail law will stand the test of constitutionality.
You know, I signed the law and the legislators voted for it, and there is I think a common and comfortable belief that it is constitutional, but you know, the court system will, make a ruling on it through the Supreme Court sometime in the next few months. I'm disappointed that there's a delay in the implementation. Justice shouldn't be delayed.
To start the month, the lawmakers are back in Springfield for a lame duck session. After the Illinois Supreme Court put the brakes on the pretrial detention portion of the SAFE-T Act, Republicans are lauding the decision. House Minority Leader Jim Durkin says the law needs to go, and minor fixes attempted in the past will not be enough moving forward.
These negotiations that went on over the past year were behind closed doors, and it was cherry-picked individuals who were part of it, who did not reflect the men and women who are going to be directly affected by this. So I will say you can scrap it and start over again.
As no cash bail is paused in Illinois, the Supreme Court is expected to render a final decision on the law in the next few months. The Illinois Fertilizer and Chemical Association convention is nearing. A rundown from IFCA's KJ Johnson.
We're right at 2 weeks away from our IFCA convention and trade show at the Peoria Civic Center. It starts January 17th and runs through the 19th. Got a lot of great speakers coming. Tuesday is our big CCA session. Talk a lot about some of the indirect projects that IFCA is working on and other individuals are working on. Just kind of give a look back on the 2022 growing season and what we're looking forward to for the 2023 growing season. But then a lot of the other discussions that will be going on is we're going to do a regulatory workshop. We will also have an applicator session on Thursday, but a lot of other discussions regarding transportation. Right now, that is the big talk, and the ag retail world is just trying to get products, moving those products. If it's on trucking, it's about entry-level driving training, getting those truck drivers or new hires through the process of getting a Class A CDL license, but also then talking about barge rates and then what's going on in the Illinois and Mississippi River. But then it also goes back to the rail. What happens if there could be a rail strike out there or if there's any kind of hiccup in the rail? So we're going to try and update our members on what's going on with IFCA. We are also going to have the big rollout of the Illinois Ag Retail Survey. And that's a joint effort with us and all the commodity groups. But just kind of give an update to all our membership, what's going on in IFCA at the convention.
To register, visit ifca.com. After professional football player Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest during a game on national TV Monday, experts are talking about the importance of knowing cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR. CPR is a life-saving skill, often when someone is unconscious and in cardiac arrest. Jordan Meeks, a pediatric wellness specialist at OSF Healthcare, says it is a critical skill for especially young people to learn.
Most cardiac arrests typically happen in people ages 40 years and older. So a lot of your teachers, a lot of your parents, your grandparents, your coaches, those types of people that you're spending a lot of time with. And you're getting to a point where you're older, your body is maturing a little bit more, so you're able to really do those compressions with enough strength to be helpful.
If someone is having a cardiac event, she says the first thing to do is call 911. If you're by yourself, put the phone on speaker while you help the ailing person. Get over the person, interlink your fingers, and press hard in the middle of the chest over and over. Will the new year be another record high income year for U.S. agriculture? Gary Crawford gets the opinion of one expert. "28 minutes after the hour here on this Thursday morning. Coverage of the morning show brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton.